Hey everyone, welcome to Flip the Deck Tarot. Today we are going to take a deep dive into your romantic life for the year 2022. I have 4 piles laid out for you, and we are going to get some channeled messages to go along with each of these piles. So if you didn't check out my last video, I will leave a link to it in the description box down below. Last time we did general readings for all of next year, and you might want to check that out to get a general overall look at what you can expect in this upcoming year. And then when you combine it with this love reading, I think you'll get something very personalized. So go ahead and check that video out as well. But for now, let's dive into these 4 piles. So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And I want you to take a little bit of time to meditate on each of these heart images that are on top of the pile and pick based on which image you feel most drawn to. You might feel drawn to more than one of these images, and that just means that there's probably messages for you in any pile that you feel drawn to. You also might want to pick based on the number of the pile. Whatever it is, I am going to leave your timestamps down in the description box, and when you are done here figuring out which pile is for you, I will see you in your reading. Hi Group 1, let's get right into your love life predictions for 2022. I'm really excited to get into this. We have channeled messages and I just want to see what's going on because I think 2022 is going to be a pretty big year for everybody. The general readings that I did in my last video were super exciting, so I'm interested to see how all of this romantic life stuff will tie into just the leaps and bounds that everyone seems to be making next year. So you picked this this heart, and this heart, like, let's talk a little bit about the imagery here, because this really just makes me think of like a like you are here type of pin drop, and there's love right exactly where you are. So immediately this image kind of brings it kind of makes me think that there might be love maybe a little bit closer than you think. We're going to get into your cards and pull some more tarot and everything for you, but it just makes me think that potentially during 2022, you might be discovering that love is right under your nose. So yeah, let's just kind of keep that in mind as we go forward. And I'll just put this up here for you. Okay, so your channeled message that came through for you is, I am seeing love through a new lens. Okay. So you guys are going to be looking at your love life in general a whole new way during this upcoming year. And we'll kind of like get into that more and figure out exactly what that means. But that's kind of exciting. You're going to have a new perspective during 2022 when it comes to your love life. And that could be in terms of new relationships or existing relationships. So depending on whether you're partnered right now or not, but you are going to be seeing things differently during the year 2022. So let's get into your cards. The first thing I want to look at is a bit of the past. I'm curious to know what energy you're approaching 2022 with and what's been going on in your love life before we get into what's going to be going on, because I think that's going to help us understand exactly how you're going to be looking at things and kind of what moves you might be making through the next year. So we have 3 cards here, and this is your past love life. So this is anything leading up to 2022. It might be something in the recent past, or it could be things that tell the story of several years before 2022. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. Okay, you guys. Right off, I'm just curious if maybe you didn't already find love. That's what's coming through here for me, is you might be in a relationship right now. You could be partnered and in a somewhat, at least, happy relationship. So this might be a relationship that you feel now has gone a little bit stagnant. But I think that what's coming through strongest for me is that there was something in your past that felt like it was it. This Wheel of Fortune is just making me think that there was a romantic connection that seemed like it was destined, like it was fated, and it was something very important to you. I also want to point out that you had 2 major arcanas come out in your past. So this is heavy energy here. This is important energy. This was life-changing stuff here that you experienced in the past. The Four of Pentacles gives me this feeling of trying to hold on to something. So if this is a relationship from your past, this is something where when it ended and when things started to go a little bit sour, you might not have been wanting to let go. This was something you tried to hold on to and tried to preserve for maybe longer than you should have, now looking back. And maybe now you see, like, it did seem like it was fated. It did seem like luck was on my side, and like this was my destiny, but ultimately it ended, and I tried for a long time to hold on to it. So depending on when this played out in your life, this could be something that happened not that long ago. This could just be a couple of months ago, or this could be something that you're experiencing here at the end of 2021. The feeling of wanting to hold on to a relationship that has really run its course. If this is a relationship that you are still in, then you might have an indication that things are not going well, that that you're not getting what you want out of this relationship, but you are still trying to hold on to the idea of what you had or what you thought you had. I think what can be challenging with this is the fact that the Wheel of Fortune is here. This is something that felt it felt really important to you, and it felt really like it was meant to be, like it was special, like it was going to last forever. You really felt like things had turned around for you when you entered this connection or when you met this person. So I understand this Four of Pentacles energy wanting to hold on to it, because whenever we get something good, we do want to hold on to it. And I think you felt like this was something good and this was something meant for you. So yeah, there's definitely a feeling of not wanting to let go. Then we move on to this Hanged Man energy, and it's leaving me with the impression that as you enter this next year, you're at a bit of a standstill when it comes to your love life. So that could be if you're in a relationship, you feel like your relationship is going nowhere, and you're looking forward to the next year to see what will unfold. You want to make some progress. You want to connect more with your partner. You want to grow emotionally. And right now you feel like it just isn't going anywhere. But if this was a relationship that ended in the past, then this is really just you being a bit standoffish when it comes to love. So you're definitely entering 2022 in a contemplative state, in a state of like, I'm not really ready to make any moves when it comes to a romantic connection. I think you're thinking things over. You're probably reviewing what happened here, reviewing what went on in the past, why you wanted to hold on so much, why you thought it was so perfect when it wasn't, and maybe just not really wanting to go forward. The good thing about this is this still state, this contemplative state, is really bringing you a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge about yourself, about who you are, and about what you're going to be looking for going forward this next year. So it might feel like you're not moving. It might feel like a bit of a standstill, and it is. But it's not a bad thing, because I think it's going to prepare you a lot for what's coming this next year, and you're going to be way more clear about what you're looking for in a partner, and where your standards are, and what you will accept and what you will not accept. So if something does come into your life that seems right, you're going to be able to weigh it against kind of the vision that you have for yourself now, and that might not have been something that you had in place before. So you were more subject to whatever somebody wanted to give you. I think this time for you to think is allowing you the necessary pause to really kind of plan out and get straight where you want to go with your romantic life. So you might be taking a little bit more control. And this might have something to do with seeing love through a new lens, because now you are seeing, I want to say you're seeing it through your own lens now, whereas before you may have been looking at it through the lens of someone else, through what somebody else said was how love was supposed to be, or how a relationship was supposed to be. And it seemed all well and good until it wasn't. So now you're kind of reevaluating that and learning for yourself how you want to approach your love life. So it's good. I think this is a good place to be, because you're letting go of the past. You're letting go of past hurts. If this is a relationship that you're still in, then you're able to kind of contemplate and let go of what has happened leading up to this, and maybe have a fresh start in this next year. I do want to say that with this image that you selected, this heart image, I have kind of, there's something coming through here about somebody in your, I want to say hometown, but it doesn't have to be hometown. It's just someone very near to you. Just the way this location pin is like dropped. It's like, this is where you are and this is where love is too. So I do have a kind of a bit of a message coming through. We've got to get into the tarot for your upcoming love life to see kind of where this falls in. But I have a bit of a feeling that there's going to be a new romantic interest in your life. That's somebody that's just right under your nose. And this might be somebody that you did not consider in a romantic capacity before this next year. So this could be somebody you've known for a while, somebody from your childhood, someone from your hometown, something like that. Like you're getting closer to somebody and looking at them in a new way during 2022. And that might be something really exciting, but only you would know if you know who this person is, because this might be something that you don't realize until 2022. Yeah, that's interesting. I want to like get more into it and see what that is, because that could be somebody that maybe you go back home like during the holidays and meet somebody, like meet up with somebody that you've known for a while, that you've known since you were a kid, and then suddenly you're looking at them differently, or they're looking at you differently. So yeah, there's something here. There's definitely something here. Let's dive into your love story cards that came out for you. These are actually for the upcoming year. I'm going to move these tarot cards aside. I will keep them handy, but I'm going to move them aside because that is the energy of the past. It could have been this past year or longer ago than that, but these are going to be your love energy cards for this upcoming year. So let's see what you've got here. You have patience, family, okay, and respect, number 40. Okay, you guys. This is still definitely giving me vibes of somebody that you may already know showing up in a more romantic capacity in your life in this next year. So this could be somebody that you know through your family. It could be like family friends. You grew up together, you're like buddies, and you never looked at them this way, or they've never looked at you this way. Maybe you've been crushing on them for years, or you'll find out that they've been crushing on you for years. But there's something here that's coming through about family connections. And this also could be somebody that you want to start a family with, or that wants to start a family with you. Someone that would make a great partner, a great parent. There is definitely mutual respect here, and a really kind of like tender, sensitive energy going on. With this patience card here, it really makes me wonder more about how this is going to unfold, because I think that this might be something that takes a minute, probably because this is going to be a person that you see in a whole different light than you will this upcoming year. So it might take a little bit of time for you to see them that way, or it might take a little bit of time for them to see you that way. But there is something strong here, and I want to say like tender. Both of these images here with the holding hands. This is a child's hand, so you know it definitely gives you vibes of family, children, and then these two hands here. So this might be somebody that you hold hands with, or that you have held hands with, and that was kind of the spark of your relationship. But there's something here about holding hands. They might be sort of a like a leader figure, and maybe you feel like they kind of take you by the hand and lead you, but there is something here. Also, a couple of 4s showing up here in 44 and in 40. The number 7. We're going to look for timing wherever we can find it. The number 7 with patience could mean that the month of July is when this connection really kicks off, or when you're really starting to see this person in a new light. Okay, let's get some tarot cards to see what else is going on here. A lot of you might be starting a family in 2022, and if you're not partnered, that could seem crazy right now. Like if you don't even know who this person is, but I do kind of have the feeling that once this starts, like you have to be patient about it, and you might be waiting until mid-year, but once this starts, I think it's going to happen kind of fast, and this person's going to feel really attached to you, and you're going to feel really attached to them. You're going to feel like a family instantly. The King of Swords showing up. Now this card has been very active in readings lately, so it's just interesting to me the way that certain cards will just be showing themselves so much in so many of the readings. This came out in some of the general readings, so you might want to check that out. And in just the readings I've been doing the past couple of weeks. So the King of Swords could talk about your energy, or it could talk about your person's energy, but this is somebody really direct and very logical. So I do think, especially with this respect card, there might be a lot of intellectual stimulation going on between the two of you. Long conversations, deep conversations, and I think you'll know kind of like that this is unfolding when you find somebody that you're able to connect with on this level. Also, the King of Swords, because this is such a direct energy, I do think that after you go through your bit of a waiting period, I think you're going to have a very directness in your love life in 2022. Like if there are things left unsaid in past relationships and you always feel like, oh, I should have said that, I should have let them know how I feel, I think you're going to be getting over that hurdle in this upcoming year and really expressing yourself more, and the people who come into your life are going to be expressing themselves more. I think it's going to be pretty direct. Like you're not going to have to wonder if these things are working out for you, if somebody feels a certain way for you. You're not going to have to wonder about that so much in 2022, because there's a real directness of communication coming through here. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Oh my goodness, you guys. The Lovers. Okay. I don't know if I really need to say much about this, but I think that, yeah, definitely next year is going to be bringing you a lot of romance and something really sweet. What I like about what I'm seeing out here is that there's a lot of different elements being touched on here. There's family, there's respect, there's direct communication, and there's like this tender romance going on. I do think that this is something that you are going to have to wait for. So if this is a relationship you're already in and you're waiting for it to develop in the ways that you're hoping for next year, you're going to have to exercise a little bit of patience with that, because it's going to take time for it to unfold. If this is something brand new or something that has just barely started by the end of the year, I do see you maybe needing to wait until around July, until kind of the middle of the year. But the good thing is, once you have done that, this is really going to happen. I want to say fast, but it's not fast in a like unstable way. It's fast, like it'll be quick and it'll be exciting, and you won't feel like you're waiting much longer after this midpoint in the year. But it's something so stable and so steady, because you have this respect card here and you have this family card here. This is something you're going to be building on. Going back to the seeing love through a new lens. If this isn't somebody that you're seeing in a different way for the first time, I think you are more clear on what you want, and that is really the new lens that you are looking at love through. We talked about this Hanged Man energy, and this is you gaining that clarity, really going within and contemplating and getting clear about what you need in a relationship. And then it's like, boom, it starts coming through. Like, you want that family life. You want somebody who respects you, who listens to you, who honors your opinions and your preferences in a relationship, and somebody who will talk to you, somebody who knows how to communicate about stuff and who knows how to be logical about things, but who also is this incredible lover. So that's one hell of a combination. That's a pretty dynamic situation you've got going on there, because a lot of times this King of Swords can be kind of cold, but this is so warmed up by this Lover's card coming out here. So yeah, I think that's somebody you definitely see a future with, no doubt. Let's pull some more tarot. I'm into this. Oh. Okay, you had the Nine of Swords come out. Let's get some more. Yeah, you guys, this is like, you are looking at things differently this next year. Oh, what was that? Okay, the Six of Wands after the Nine of Swords. Okay, yeah. You guys are looking at things differently next year, and you're coming out of the place of like mental anguish about your love life. The worry and the concern that you feel about your love life is really the new lens for this upcoming year. I think you're going to be able to heal some of that and put that aside. And it's the work that you're doing right now that's allowing you to do that, because that Hanged Man energy coming up at the end of your past reading, that is really you taking the time to contemplate, to heal, to kind of go over in your mind what went wrong in the past and why you've wanted to hang on to things that don't work that well for you, and left you feeling in this Nine of Swords place, because I think it really did cause you a lot of mental hurt, a lot of mental anguish, just a lot going on mentally, a lot of worry about how things were going to pan out. But then you have this Six of Wands showing up, and this is you victorious. So something is coming through this next year that's putting you in a place of victory with your love life. So really the fact that that's important, that that's showing up in your reading, really just shows me that you may have been going through feeling a bit like you were losing when it came to love, like things weren't working out for you, like love wasn't on your side a little bit. And I think that really, if we look back into the your past tarot cards, having this Wheel of Fortune, this is a strong indication that you did have something romantic in your life at one point, whether that was just this last year or this was years ago, but something that you thought was it, something you thought was the one, and it just didn't work out. If it did work out and it's still a relationship that you're in, it's like you thought it was it, and then it's not playing out right, and you're waiting for it to finally kind of form into the vision that you had for this. And during this year it will. I think it's going to really start to unfold for you in the middle of next year. This is exciting, but you guys, you do have to, you're going to have to wait a little bit. And that might not be waiting like completely with no action, but you are going to have to wait for the connection to kind of take form, but I really wouldn't be surprised if you were starting a family, because it feels like you're going to come together with somebody who respects you so much and who you respect, that you're building it on a super solid foundation. And also there's like a lot of passion here, a lot of heat. That's exciting. Okay, let's get into your kind of advice cards, or this is just a little something extra for you to keep in mind with your love life headed into this next year. So we'll kind of see what comes through. Learn to love again. You guys, yes, yes. I think you had it. I think you thought you had it in the bag, and then something went to the left on you. So yeah, 2022 is going to be about you learning how to love again, about you looking at things differently than you were before. And then this love is going to come through, and this is going to blossom. And I'm telling you, for a lot of you, I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody you've known for years and you have never considered them like this before, and now suddenly you're like, hey, what's up? What is up? And they're like, hey, what's up? Because this is like somebody that, it just feels like somebody who's close to you in some way already, or somebody who has something so familiar going on, like you're from the same place, is coming through strong as a love interest for you. But most of all, you're healing past wounds in your love life during 2022. Oh, patience, you guys, patience. Okay, that's definitely confirmation that you will have to be a little bit patient when it comes to your love life this year. But I mean, if you look at what you have out on the table right now, I think it's worth it, because you have the Lover's card here. So if you had to be patient and wait for anything, wouldn't you want it to be this? Wouldn't it be this that you're waiting for? So definitely, 2022 could bring the start of a family for you. It could bring somebody who has a big family that you're just excited to be a part of. There's definitely a feeling of belonging here when it comes to your love life in this next upcoming year. You're going to feel like you belong. You're going to feel like you're supported and like you're respected during this next year in your love life. So yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. That's actually really beautiful. And if this is something you haven't been feeling previously in your love life, you haven't been feeling like you have the support, maybe you need that family, maybe you are a person that feels a bit lonely, and having this love in your life is not only going to bring you this beautiful romantic partner, but they might also have a big family that just welcomes you in. So these are all really exciting things to look forward to. You will have to exercise a bit of patience, but I think it's going to be worth it for you. Again, July, maybe June, July, that kind of time frame, I would be looking out for something going on around that time. And keep an open mind, because your channeled message is, I'm seeing love through a new lens. So you are going to have to be open-minded this next year, and maybe look in places that you haven't looked before. But when you do open your mind, and when you do open your heart again, and kind of release some of the past hurts around romantic situations, I think a lot of this is going to come through for you. And like I said, you're moving from this Nine of Swords to the Six of Wands energy. You are moving to victory when it comes to this. So if you felt like you were losing, I think that's going to end this next year. I'm really feeling like a lot of you feel like you're like the last single one left or something. Like your friends are all partnered up, they're all married, and you just feel like you're losing and everyone's winning when it comes to love. But that's definitely ending this next year. You have the Six of Wands victory. You have people cheering you on and people in your corner now about these great things unfolding in your love life. So that's super exciting, you guys. Okay, I'm going to let you go. That was long. Like I said before, check out the general readings in the description box. I'll have a link down there. Check those out because it might give you more insight to how you need to approach this whole situation. We know for sure for you, you need to exercise a bit of patience, and we're looking toward July-ish for something to come through for you. But yeah, check out those readings. It will give you more details about what to expect for this upcoming year. If any of this resonated, if you liked this reading, give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you feel like doing that. That just lets me know you like these videos, and then I can keep making them for you and we can hang out again. So I will see you soon. Bye, Group 1. Hey Group 2, if you picked this red heart with the polka dot background, this is your reading all about your love life in the year 2022. I want to jump into your channeled message before we discuss any possible imagery or significance to the heart that you selected. So your channeled message for that heart was, this is worth fighting for. Okay, so right off, that could mean that you're in a romantic connection right now, and you're going to be discovering in 2022 that this connection is actually worth your time and it's worth you fighting for. That could be you making that discovery, or that could be your partner making that discovery that this is actually something that you want to commit to or recommit to. We will get more into exactly what that means, but just kind of keep that in your mind. There's something in your love life for 2022 that's going to seem definitely worth fighting for in this next year. This might be a bit of a re-exploration of a past relationship with that coming through, but we're going to see. So the first thing is I want to look into some tarot cards that are going to give me a better understanding of where you are right now. So this is going to look into what's been going on in your life leading up to 2022, so we can kind of get a better idea of how you're going to be approaching the things that are going to be happening in your love life in this upcoming year. So let's look at these cards and see where you're at right now and what has happened in your past. This could be recent past, or this could be things that have occurred years before, but definitely energies that are going to be playing into what's going on in 2022. So you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Death card. Okay, something ended for you. Something has ended for you that you thought was pretty important. So there's a couple of different ways to interpret this. That's the first message that came through, and kind of pairing that with this is worth fighting for. This really might be that you are going to be getting back with an ex during 2022. So for some of you, that could be great news, and for others, you could think, oh, why? No, if that's you, then that is not the message for you. But there definitely might be a bit of you going back and exploring something that kind of fizzled out and died in the past, and you discovering that this is something that you actually want to fight for, and them discovering that this is something that they want to fight for in this upcoming year. So that is a definite possibility. Looking at these cards and different ways to interpret them, this Nine of Pentacles energy is really a very independent energy. So this really shows you being quite independent and in a lot of ways content without love in your life. So this could be the way that you've been approaching your love life recently. In the recent past, you could have kind of been thinking like, oh, I don't need love, or I'm not interested, I'm doing my own thing. This person here in the Nine of Pentacles is very successful. They have their pentacles in order, their material possessions in order. So you could be focusing a lot on work and just kind of like doing the independent single life thing. Now, if that is the case, then looking into what has occurred for you, I would venture to say that some of that might be a bit of a defense mechanism, because there's definitely been some heartbreak in your past, and there's been something that came to an end for you, and you might kind of take on this like independent persona to cover up the fact that there's a lot of hurt in your past. So that is one thing that could be going on with you. You could maybe not feel comfortable admitting to yourself or to others that you actually would love to bring a romantic connection into your life, but because of the past hurts, you are not really willing to do it. So you're like all about the single life right now, and you would like to believe that that's where you want to be, but I do think, especially if you're watching this reading, you probably do have some interest in bringing a romantic connection, and you're just feeling a little bit hurt about things from the past. With this Three of Swords, you could have encountered a situation where you were cheated on, or where you felt betrayed by somebody very close to you, and you might have put up a little bit of a wall. So really, this worth fighting for message that came through for you, when we think about how you might be kind of injured by the things that have taken place in your past, this could be a matter of you fighting for yourself, you fighting for your ability to bring love back into your life, for your ability to look at things in a way that will allow you to be more loving and more tender and more sensitive and want to make a connection with somebody else. That might be something that you're focused on in 2022. Kind of bringing that part of you back to life. I am, as I'm talking, noticing just how much this heart looks like the heart on the Three of Swords. So definite correlation there. And this might show like your heart being healed in this next year, because in the Three of Swords, we have, of course, the three swords piercing this heart. And in the heart that you chose, this is a heart that is free of those swords and of that pain. So this might be like pulling those swords out of your heart during this next year. So there are a couple more things coming to mind here. I do think that this Death card, although it can symbolize like a relationship that died out, something that ended for you, it can also really talk about your rebirth and rejuvenation when it comes to these matters of love. So if you have been kind of playing the independent card, you know, kind of like love isn't for me and I don't need it, I'm going to just focus on my work, I'm going to focus on what makes me happy, I'm going to focus on being independent and being fine being independent. So I am getting an image of somebody maybe getting their own place, getting an apartment, setting out on their own, and just kind of like not being focused on love for a little while. So this might have been just a place that you have not been focused, but I do see with this Death card that you are going to be kind of having a bit of a rebirth, maybe a bit of a reconsideration about your love life. There's definitely a big change here. So this is kind of like the energy that we're leaving off with, that's leading you into 2022, and you're ending at a place where you're about to enter into a new cycle. What that cycle will be, we're not quite sure yet, but you are definitely wrapping up with whatever this energy is. This independent energy, this hurt and heartbroken energy, you're kind of like finishing up with that, and you're revamping yourself, you're transforming yourself going into 2022 when it comes to your romantic life. Okay, you guys, that was a lot right from the beginning, but it's kind of important because it looks like you've really been through something in your love life, and like you're going to be kind of emerging as a bit of a warrior here with the this is worth fighting for. So there's definitely something coming through here for this next year. I'm going to put these off to the side, and let's dive into your love story oracle cards for 2022. Okay, we have fear. Let me let you look at that. Number 38, rejection. And number 30, healing. Wow, you guys. Okay. I do think that based on what we just saw coming up in your past, there is a lot of hurt here, and there's definitely a fear of rejection, and that fear of rejection is going to come with you into 2022. You're going to, for sure, start the year with still having this fear and wanting to keep yourself hidden and closed off and protected away from letting somebody into your heart. With this healing card coming out at the end, that's not going to last throughout the entire year. We'll try to get more information about timing and everything, but I'm not sure how long that will last, but it's not going to last because you are going to be experiencing some healing of your heart in 2022. I got to go back to this Three of Swords, and I've got to go back to the heart that you selected and this healing card. You'll see on the healing card, this heart, it has wounds. It's been stitched up. It's gone through some shit, and it's been healed. It's been patched up, stitched up. So this is just like 3 different versions of your heart and kind of how you're entering the year. But the great news is whatever has happened in the past, you're going to be healed from it in this upcoming year, and that is going to open up so much room for you to explore your romantic life. This is something I think has held you back, especially with that Nine of Pentacles energy, that independent energy. I think you may have been coming from a period of wanting to kind of push love away. I think you know in your heart that you want to bring love into your life, whether that's new love or rekindle something with somebody that you have determined that what you had was good and that you might want to try again and fight for that. I think that you're going to be able to enter this year with a whole new perspective on things because of the healing that's going to take place. Okay. Yeah, you guys, like, I think I kind of lost my train of thought because there's just so much coming through right now. So if that didn't quite make sense, I apologize. But really, there's going to be a lot of healing and a lot of you dropping this, like, I don't need love in my life thing. I am not sure if that's something you truly feel or just something that you express outwardly to kind of cover up for some of the hurt. I'm thinking that had it not been for some of the heartbreak that took place in the past, you would be completely open to love. And this might be a matter of you wanting to open up and love somebody who was the exact person who hurt you in the past. But there is definite healing taking place in this next year. So that is a great sign that any attempts to rekindle something will be successful, that your heart will be healed, that it will be made right. And if it's not with the same person who hurt you, then something new is going to happen in your life that's going to allow your heart to mend like this. Okay, let's pull some tarot and see what else is in store for you for 2022. Maybe get a little more insight into this because this is kind of like an interesting story. I do think there could have been some kind of betrayal or just something that made you feel so rejected and set aside and overlooked that you're carrying that with you, and it could have been impacting your ability to feel loved or to think that somebody can love you. Okay, card number 1, the Magician, coming out for you. Okay, wow, you guys. Let's pull a couple more. I think for a lot of you, your self-esteem might have taken a little bit of a hit because of something that happened in your past. And it might not have even been an actual rejection of you. It probably wasn't. It was probably somebody dealing with their own thing, the Wheel coming out for you. I'm getting chills. I'm getting chills. Oh my gosh. Okay. 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 I'm dropping cards. The Strength card. Okay. You guys, this is a super powerful reading, and I want to just like talk to you a little bit about this. Okay. I do think for a lot of you, whatever went on in the past in your love life, whether this is a relationship you are still involved in or still interested in, or if it's something that's just in your past, it did a number on you. It made you take a major hit when it came to self-esteem and your knowledge and your ability to believe that somebody will love you. There are so many images popping out of these cards right now to me, pulling my attention away from what I'm saying to you, and I'm just like trying to get all of the messages out because I'm feeling really excited. This was looking somewhat negative and like there was going to be a lot of healing, and I want to give you time frames on what's going to go down for this next year. And I don't want to be telling you that your whole year is going to be devoted to healing and that there's not going to be any love in your life. Like, it's not what I want to say, but I do want to give you your messages. So if that's what it is, that's what it is. But everything that just happened here suggests otherwise. This fear that you have, it could be a fear of abandonment, a fear of opening up your heart, a fear of being rejected, a fear of not being loved, not being seen, not being cared for, of having your heart broken again, is going to be completely healed in 2022. Like, no doubt about that. What's really jumping out to me on both of these cards, on the Magician and on the Strength card, we have this infinity symbol showing up in both places. There's going to be an infinite amount of love just pouring in your life in 2022, and an infinite amount of healing, and you're going to really come into your power during this year in more ways than one. We are talking romance here, but like I really feel this empowering energy coming from this, and this is worth fighting for, being your channeled message. This is a year that you're going to find your strength. You're going to find your inner warrior. You're going to know for sure that you are this lion here. Like, you're a fierce creature, and I think whatever took place, it kind of weakened that a little bit for you. It bruised you a little bit. It injured you a little bit, and you haven't been able to access this really strong, convicted, confident part of yourself. But that is so healed during this year. I want you to look at the difference between the person in this fear card and the person in this strength card, because this person's afraid to come out of the shadows. This person is totally living in their truth, totally just exuding confidence, and is drawing people toward them. So I think you're going to be putting yourself out there in this next year. And that might have been something that you definitely shied away from, like not wanting to go out. You don't want to meet new people. You don't want to explore a new relationship. But in this next year, you're putting yourself out there. So if this is new romance you're looking for, you're going to bring that into your life, because as you venture out and as your heart is healed, you're going to be absolutely magnetic. Magnetic. So in terms of this being kind of like a rebirth for you, I think that your channeled message, the thing that's worth fighting for is you. It's you, it's your confidence, it's your self-worth, it's healing your heart. That's what you're finding is worth fighting for. You don't need anybody else's permission. You don't need anybody else to validate you. You're doing that for yourself in 2022. There's definitely romance coming in here, because the way that your heart has been so healed, and this Wheel of Fortune card showing up, these are things turning around for you, and this is like luck being on your side. I think you're going to notice how powerful of a creator you are here with this Magician card. You are manifesting love. Like, I feel pretty confident in telling you that I can see here that you've been manifesting love, that you've been doing your best, whether you feel like you're a skilled manifester or you feel like you're fumbling your way through it. You've definitely been doing your best to try to remain positive and try to draw something into your life, even though you are wounded and you're kind of hiding. You kind of feel timid. but you are going to powerfully manifest love and healing for yourself in this next year. Wow, you guys. I wasn't expecting all of this for you. Yeah, let me jump into the advice cards that came out for you. We'll just see kind of like what they have to say and how it ties into this, because this is a lot, and I can see this going in a lot of different ways. I can see you totally rekindling with somebody during this year. So if this is a relationship that ended and left you really heartbroken, and you've been wanting to manifest its return in your life, this is definitely it. And whatever damage that did to your heart, you two coming back together is going to heal it. If it's just something in the past and you've got a new, you're looking for a new relationship, this is a relationship that is going to help you find your inner strength. It's going to rebuild your confidence, and it's going to heal you as well. So just massive healing coming through for you. You have allow, forgive, and the dream. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is your dream. This is like total confirmation that whatever it is that you've been manifesting is going to be coming through in 2022. This love that you've been trying to draw into your life is going to be coming through. It's your ideal thing, like your dream, your ideal vision of this is what's going to manifest during this next year. You do have to allow it to come in, and I think you're going to be, because this healing of your heart is what's going to allow it. The forgiveness, you're going to forgive people and events and just whatever kind of ripped you to shreds. You're going to be forgiving that. You're going to find the forgiveness, and you're going to allow new love and new beauty to pour into your life, so that you can re-explore whatever it is that you had dreamt up for yourself. I think that's really key here, is that you had a vision of how things were going to go and it didn't, and then you found yourself kind of wanting to hide away and maybe not even wanting to explore that dream again, because it feels like a dream that didn't come true. But now your attention is being drawn back to that dream, to that ideal scenario, and you're being told and encouraged to focus on that dream again. If you had a vision of starting a beautiful life with somebody, starting a family, being in love, feeling like the world was just like just working for you, like the wheel was just turning in your favor, that's happening. Now this card could also be really directing your attention to your dreams. So if you had a dream about a person that's been on your mind, or maybe you had a dream about getting back together with somebody, or you had a dream about meeting somebody that you were going to fall in love with, this is directing your attention back to that dream, telling you that that is real. Like that is what's going to take place in your life. That wasn't just a dream. You also might want to look out for dreams, and maybe keep a dream journal and record your dreams during this year, if that's something that you don't already do, because you might be getting messages coming through about how you can heal your heart, or about somebody who might be significant in your life, somebody who might be showing up as a romantic partner for you in this next year, and you don't want to overlook it. So a lot of times journaling can help you put the pieces together. If you just try to remember your dreams, it usually doesn't work out well. You might remember bits and pieces when you first wake up, and then a few hours go by and you can't remember at all what happened. So definitely keep a dream journal by your bedside table and record anything that comes through, because it might not seem like anything at first, but when you read back through it and start linking things up and putting the puzzle together, you will be receiving massive messages about your love life for this next year. Again, I really do think that this is about you referring back to that vision that you had for yourself that you probably have let go of through all of this Three of Swords energy. You probably dropped it at some point, even if you're starting to pick it back up. At some point you thought, forget it, it's not going to work. It is going to work. You don't have to keep going through with this fear of rejection, because you're not going to be rejected. You're going to be seen for who you are, and you're going to be appreciated for your strength, for your beauty, and for just really like this magical nature about you. That something really is coming through with this Magician and this Strength card, that you are just a force in this next year. You're a force, and that's definitely going to turn heads. So I really do think you're going to rebuild your confidence and fight for yourself a little bit more. Wow, you guys. Wow. Again, if this is a relationship that you want to bring back into your life that you were previously involved in, there is a good chance that that's going to happen, and that rekindling that romance is going to heal a lot for you. It will take some forgiveness on your part, and it will take you allowing the person to come into your life, maybe allowing them to show up for you a whole lot better than they did before. So if someone wants to make it right, that can be something that that will heal all of this for you. So don't hold on to the past. I think that's the biggest message here. Don't hold on to whatever it is that happened before, because you have a lot of good stuff coming for you in this next year, and you're going to be creating a lot. You're going to be healing a lot, and that's going to just really really turn things around for you. You're going to come out of hiding in this next year. So if you've been thinking about getting out there, you've been thinking about like hopping on a dating website or going out and mixing and mingling and meeting new people, you're going to be coming out of your shell here and dropping this. This is your new persona. This Strength card really represents your new persona, and I think it's going to be something that's with you for a long time. This confidence is not going to go away. This is something that's with you. So yeah, you guys, pay attention to your dreams, and pay attention to the dreams and the hopes and the aspirations and the future that you laid out for yourself before. Pay attention to that. Go back to that, because there's importance there, and there might be something that you need to revisit, and there might be something you need to fight for. You might want to put your foot down and say, nope, that's important to me, and I'm not going to give up on it. Even if that's just your own heart. You're not going to give up on your own heart. You're not going to let it be stabbed and ripped to shreds anymore. You're going to heal that. You're not going to give up on yourself. This is going to be a year of massive healing for you. Wow, you guys, I'm overwhelmed by that. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think you've got some really exciting things headed your way for 2022. If you want to check out the previous video talking about your general reading for the entire year, just kind of general energies and where you're going to easily flow through the year, and where you might find a bit of a stumble, a little bit of a hiccup, you can check out my last video, and I'll link it down in the description box. Some of the information that you might get from your reading in that video could help you navigate this situation here, because you are going to be really transforming, and it's going to be beautiful. It might be kind of intense, but it's going to be beautiful, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune coming your way in your love life. So you're going to feel like you're just under your lucky star during this year, and like things are really working out for you. So that was so fun to do. If you liked this video, if any of it resonated, leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you feel like that's what you want to do. And I'll see you guys in your next reading, Group 2. Bye. Hi, Group 3. If you picked these 4 hearts, this is your reading all about your love life for 2022. Okay, let's go ahead and get the channeled message that was connected to this particular image that you chose. So the channeled message for this pile is, when I started loving myself, it became easy to love you. Okay, so there may be a message of self-love coming through for 2022. Your focus this next year might be all about loving yourself, or maybe the person you have on your mind is learning how to love themselves, and that's helping them to express and to love others. It is interesting that the image that you chose has 4 hearts on it, so that could be kind of confirmation of expanding love. Like, it's not just 1 heart, but it's 4. And when we learn to love ourselves and kind of fill our own cups up, it pours over and into other people's lives. So there could be a connection there, but we do need to look at your cards to see exactly what that means, and we'll just be referring back to that throughout your reading. So the first thing I want to do is look at a little bit of tarot that's going to tell me about your past when it comes to love. So this is going to give me an idea of how you're approaching 2022, what your love life has been like, or what you've been like in love, and then we will take a look a little further and see what's going to happen now. But this is really important, because a lot of what's going to happen in your upcoming year is going to be kind of colored and changed by the experiences that you've been through already. So let's just look at these cards. We have the Page of Cups, the Sun, and the 8 of Swords. Okay, that's interesting, you guys. I was going to say, like, seeing the first 2 cards, I'm like, okay, you have been having a great time when it comes to love. You've had a lot of opportunities, and you're very loving, you're very open and giving, and things are looking great. And I still think that could be true for you. You could have had a lot of opportunities in love so far. You are definitely a lover. You're definitely someone who loves love. You're showing up as this Page of Cups, and this also could be someone who showed up in your life and offered you a big cup of love. So maybe you had a serious relationship or multiple serious relationships in the past, and they seem like they're good. Like everything was going well for you in love. You're definitely somebody who is, like, not shy with your feelings. You're very emotionally, I want to say open. I won't say necessarily extremely emotionally secure and developed, because there might be a little bit of insecurity when it comes to your emotion, but it's like nothing that you allow to hold you back. Like, you like the idea of love, and you love being in love, and you like sharing your heart and really like being sweet and being romantic with people. You're not shy about that. So that's a great thing when it comes to your love life and in 2022, because it's probably something that will carry through with the Sun card following that. Like, I don't see that this is an aspect of yourself that you're going to let go of. You're definitely open to love and enthusiastic about it, and like willing to put yourself out there. That's a great thing. Then we have this 8 of Swords. I think you guys get in your head too much when it comes to your romantic connections, and that could be the only downside to any kind of romantic situation you've had going on in the past. So if this is a current relationship or a past relationship, it's just like, this is sort of your downfall when it comes to this area of life. You'll get in your head and kind of like screw everything up. And it might not be anything that manifests on the outside. Like, maybe the relationship that you're in is able to endure even though you do this, but you could have ended some relationships this way by worrying too much, by being too suspicious, like really letting your thoughts run away with you, and just kind of like causing a big issue for yourself where there didn't necessarily need to be one. I'm seeing you enthusiastically, open-heartedly offering love to partners in the past and having a really great outcome. The only thing that gets in the way is all of this worry and maybe a bit of insecurity that comes through with this 8 of Swords. So a lot of times with the 8 of Swords, these are unwarranted fears. This might be just you having a fear that history will repeat itself, and then sabotaging relationships by worrying, being a little bit too suspicious, accusing your partner of things that they might not be doing, because this is a lot of stuff that can be in your head. We don't know how it got there. You know how it got there. You could have these worries and insecurities because you actually had some things happen to you in the past. Maybe you did have a partner who was unfaithful, and now you have a hard time trusting. But the important thing to notice here is that with the Eight of Swords, it's a lot of negative thoughts and kind of self-imposed issues. So these fears and these issues and this sort of, like, you see how it's like she's in prison. She's trapped by these thoughts, by the negativity that's swirling around in her mind. And that's just the point. It's all in her mind. So a lot of this could have been all in your head. And this is something that challenges you in your love life. This might kind of refer back to this, because a lot of, you might be learning a lesson of self-love and maybe valuing yourself enough that you don't have to be suspicious. You don't have to be checking up on your partner. You don't have to be worrying about what your partner is doing. You don't have to let your negative thoughts kind of grow a life of their own the way that they may have in the past, because self-love and really getting in tune with your worth will stop a lot of this from happening. But I want to jump into what's going to happen going forward, and we'll just keep this in mind, because you might have a bit of a tendency to let your thoughts get away from you a bit. So let's move these aside and let's look at your love story cards for 2022. Now, I've been taking 3 cards so far for the other groups. 4 came out for you, so we'll just see what that's about. If they come out, I have to take them, because it just seems like the message will be incomplete if I don't, even though I was going for 3 cards. So let's see. We have number 43, Heartbreak. Number 1, Control. Number 12, Spark. And number 31, Hope. Okay, that's really interesting energy coming through here for you for 2021. The first thing that comes to mind, I'm just like, it's complicated. You guys, your love life for the upcoming year it's complicated, or it could be complicated. So let's dig into this and kind of see what this might mean. If this is about a relationship that you have already been in or are in and are going to go into 2022 being in, I think that is really where this is complicated. I think this is somebody who maybe has pushed you to a place of a bit of heartbreak in the past, and maybe will continue to do that starting in 2022, as this is the first card that came out for you. Thinking about this Eight of Swords energy, I do have to wonder if this is heartbreak that was caused by this person, or if this was heartbreak that was kind of self-imposed, because getting into that place in your head can cause you a lot of anguish that can kind of filter down to your heart. So it starts out as a mental thing. It starts out as thoughts running away and taking on a life of their own, and then it eventually travels down to your heart, and it can cause a lot of problems. It can end relationships. It can make you feel brokenhearted even when nothing happened. So that is a definite possibility here. And with this Control card coming out, this could, of course, talk about somebody who's very controlling in your life, in your romantic life, a very controlling partner. But given what has kind of displayed itself, and that, again, the Eight of Swords, I think this really speaks more to how much control you give your romantic partners over you. So basically letting energy that is so pure and innocent and loving, like this Page of Cups energy and this beautiful Sun energy that's just all about happy, fun, good time. Like this is really positive energy. Letting it turn into this Eight of Swords energy can show that you kind of have a tendency to let people take a little bit too much control over you, just in terms of your thoughts. So that's something that might be coming into your experience in 2022 or following you into 2022, this feeling of just letting somebody take too much control over you. And that really might not be physical control. That might just be like, how much control are you going to give them over your mind, over your life, over your sanity? Because if you spend a lot of time worrying about your relationship to the exclusion of everything else that you have going on in your life, it can be a lot. It can be a lot. That can be a lot of control to give the relationship. Okay, then we have this Spark card and this Hope card. So there are different ways to interpret this. So like I'm saying, if this is one scenario and this is just something that's traveling through your entire year for 2022, then I would have to put the label on it. It's complicated. Like, I think this is a relationship that has its good sides and has its bad sides, that can have you feeling really down and can have you feeling like you lost control over yourself and your own thoughts and your own hopes and dreams for the year. Like, it can distract you, but also there's like this super undeniable connection that's going on during the year. But that's probably just for a few of you. I'm thinking the reason that 4 cards came out was to tell this entire story. It's actually divided in 2. So for a lot of you, this can be your past relationships that left you brokenhearted, that really did take control over you, that really had you in the Eight of Swords energy. And now in 2022, you're going to be kind of finding this spark in a scenario that doesn't look anything like this. So this is most likely a situation that's going to allow you to get yourself out of the Eight of Swords energy, to not worry so much about how the relationship is going to unfold, and to not try to control every aspect of it, and to, most importantly, not kind of taint something that would have been good. Because that might be something that you know about yourself. Like, it could have been good, but then I worried too much. I freaked out too much. Like, I checked my phone every 5 seconds for a text, and when it didn't come, I got in my head about it, and I blew this whole thing out of proportion, and like, now I've ruined the relationship. That could be something that has really taken place for you. And with this, when I started loving myself, it became easy to love you. This really could be about you practicing a lot of self-love in this next year, and really calming down. And when you approach the situation where you feel this spark, things are going to unfold a lot differently when you approach the situation from a calm place of self-worth. Because it's so much easier to love other people when we're secure, and when we know what we're worth, and we know that that somebody would be lucky to be with us. So I think that's giving you a lot of hope for your romantic future. And if this is an existing connection, your whole scenario ended with hope. So you're going to be coming out of this place of heartbreak and this place of maybe feeling like you are a bit controlled in your relationship, and there's going to be hope for you. So let me dive into a bit of tarot, and then we can make more sense of this, because really this could go so many different ways. With the way this is laying out, it could be that these tendencies and this heartbreak could be all things in your past. My eye keeps going back to the Spark card, because you're definitely going to meet someone that you feel a spark with, or connect with someone that you feel a spark with, or the spark is going to come back into a relationship. Okay, let's see. What do we have for group 3? I do want some clarity on this because it is complicated. Group 3. Okay, Ace of Pentacles coming through. Group 3. I do like that grounded, oh wow. I do like that grounded energy for the Ace of Pentacles. Justice card just flew out. This is definitely, I would say for the majority of you, this is a past relationship that puts you in your head like this. And definitely with the Justice card coming out, that spark and that hope is something new for you in 2022. And the heartbreak, and like for a lot of you, you may have been in a controlling relationship that had you feeling like this. Like, yeah, I think that in the past, your relationships, they got you in your head. And that really could have been because somebody was not valuing you, was not treating you with respect. And kind of your only recourse was to worry a lot and to try to control the situation. But 2022 is going to be bringing balance to that situation with this Justice card coming out. The High Priestess coming out. So I do think that this idea of self-love is prevalent here with the High Priestess, because she's really she's about like secrets and mysteries and getting in tune and all loved up on your intuition and really trusting yourself in a way that you haven't before. So I think that all of that really speaks to really getting into connection with yourself so that you can plant something that is firm, that's strong, that's solid. This Ace of Pentacles coming out, like something solid is going to come for you in 2022. And I think that's what you've been missing. And it's really going to allow you to venture away from that Eight of Swords energy, because you don't have to stay in your head like that with the connection that's going to likely be coming through in 2022. I'm looking through this for any clue as to when this might happen. The Ace of Pentacles does suggest that this is going to be a kind of slow and steady process. I don't think this is something that's going to slam into your life right in the beginning of the year. If this is about a past relationship that needs to heal from this stuff, it's not going to happen instantly, but it is going to happen at a base level, at a root level, that's going to be lasting change. So I think most importantly, this is lasting change that's happening within you, and then it's spilling into your love life, and it's really bringing a lot of balance and equality back to your love life. Yeah, I'm being drawn to this Control card and this Justice card. This Control card to me it's unbalanced energy. One person has all the control. One person is calling the shots. One person is in their ego and is kind of directing the way everything plays out without consideration for the other person. And then this Justice card shows a really balanced situation. So this could be something that you experience a lot in your relationships, or in one past relationship in particular. Not feeling like you were being valued, like not feeling like it was fair, like your voice wasn't being heard, your preferences weren't being explored, discussed, taken seriously. It was all about the other person. And that's not how you're going to be going forward. There's definitely going to be balance brought to your love life. And a lot of self-love. A lot of self-love. I have a couple of advice cards for you. Oh my gosh, you guys got 4 of these too. So I think I was trying to take 2 of these and 4 came out for you. 4 might be a really important number for you, because for you, everything was coming out in 4s. So April might be a significant month for you in terms of your love life in this upcoming year. You also picked the card with 4 hearts on it. So there's definitely something with 4. And 4s really talk about stability and bringing strength to a situation. So yeah, there's a definite sign coming through here for you about stability and strength and something being renewed. With this Ace of Pentacles, like whatever's getting planted in 2022 in your love life is really solid. It's going to have strong roots. It's not something that's going to get ripped up easily. And I think that's something you've been waiting for. I also love that that card came out in connection with the Spark card, because the Spark card is, you know, it's like fire energy. It's kind of like the Knight of Wands energy. Like, it's really exciting and it can be really passionate and definitely a lot of fun. But whether or not that's going to last is questionable. So the Spark card, you could find a spark with somebody and it could be like a one-night thing and then it doesn't go anywhere. But you have the Hope card that came out after Spark, and you also have this Ace of Pentacles. These are lasting changes here. Like, whatever is taking place in your life in regards to love and romance in 2022 is going to give you a lot of hope, and it's going to be something that's really solid and really lasting. It's not going to be fast, but it's going to be secure. And that is always great. So let's see what kind of cards came out. I'm calling them advice cards, or they could really be anything. Just messages in addition to all of this that you need to know. Soon. Soon. Okay, that makes sense. I'm saying it's not going to be fast. And I think that that's really just your guide saying like hold on. Like, it's not too far, but it's not just going to happen instantly. And like we were talking about the number 4 and potentially April, like that's not too far into the year, but it's not like January 1st. Like, you're not going to meet somebody on the 1st, or you're not going to do this, all this self-love and this healing and everything that's going to take place and balance out the energies like on the 1st of the year. That's not going to happen, but it is going to happen soon. It's going to happen soon enough. That is so great, you guys, because this is deep work, like learning to love ourselves so that we can be better lovers and partners to other people is something that can take people a long time to learn. And I think you're going to be learning all of that like in the beginning of next year. You have Hot for You. Okay, let me put this by the Spark card. Definitely that spark energy. Like, there's some passionate energy coming through here. It is in connection with some really solid stuff too, so I love that together. Yeah, somebody has their eye on you, and I think you're gonna be able to see that when you let go of kind of these past situations and really start putting yourself first. And then you're going to be in the best position possible to accept love into your life. Can't stop thinking about you. Wow, you guys. Whoa. Okay, let's see what else you have. And Desire. Okay. 2022 is going to be hot. It's going to be really hot. For you, group 3, I don't know, because this is going to be different for all of you. I don't know if this is going to be like one person in particular. Maybe you're kind of having a bit of fun, but I am glad that you're approaching this from a place of self-love and self-worth. So I'm not concerned that you're going to be spreading yourself too thin. Let's say it like that. That's one way to put it. I am not concerned that you are going to be used or be exploring too many romantic things with with too many different people to a point that it's going to bring you any kind of stress. This is most likely one person, because this spark card, it's really, you know, this is a one-on-one scenario here. There's two people involved in this spark, two matches that kind of came together and sparked. So most likely there is going to be a relationship coming in. It's going to be really healing and therapeutic for you. It's going to be a reflection of the inner work that you do and of the self-love that you've been working on. I think you've already been working on this with the High Priestess. It's like you already have this knowledge. You're already going to this place. You're already revealing the secrets. You're going deep and kind of pulling the veil back and really getting real about where you may have gone wrong in the past, and loving yourself in a whole new way. And then that's just going to spill over into all of your life, all of your connections, really, romantic or otherwise, but we're talking about romantic connections, and that's definitely going to spill over into your romantic connections. That is for sure. Yeah, you've got somebody really wanting you this next year, and I think you want them to. There's nothing here indicating that this is somebody offering you love and you're not interested. So basically, when you go back to this Page of Cups energy, because this is just who you are, and it's a beautiful thing, you're willing to offer your cup of love, and that's great. You may have been offering it to the wrong people so far, and once you learn how to practice this self-love, you're going to be willingly offering that to this person that is hot for you, can't stop thinking about you, is coming in soon, and has a lot of desire and passion for you. So totally fabulous to be offering the cup to somebody who you're sparking with, and somebody who's solid and who's going to bring a lot of balance into your life. Okay, I think that's all I have for you, group 3. I hope I didn't leave anything out. Leave a comment down below if you're excited for the new year, if any of this resonated, if you're working on self-love, let me know. Also, I'll leave a link to my previous video in the description box if you want to look at those general readings and see how that ties in with what came through for your love life for 2022. And, you know, if you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you feel like doing that. All that good stuff. I'd love to hear from you. And other than that, I'll let you go. Bye, group 3. Hi, group 4. If you picked this globe with the heart on it, then this is your reading all about your love life for the year 2022. So right off, the image that you selected definitely gives me vibes of travel. You may be traveling to meet a new love, or during travel in the year 2022, you might be stumbling across a love interest. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. We'll get more into it after we get into your channeled message. So let's just keep that in mind and kind of see where this goes for you. So your channeled message is, you feel like home to me. Okay. So 2022 is already, like, just from this, is looking like there's definitely going to be love coming into your life during the year, and it's going to be someone that feels very familiar to you. You feel very familiar to them. You feel at home with them. You feel like you belong with them. Okay. Wow, you guys, that's a lot already. The first thing I want to do is jump into some tarot, and it's going to talk about your love life coming into 2022. So we're just going to kind of see what's been going on with you and how you're going to be approaching your romantic life in this year, and then we'll look into what's going to happen in the future. But this could be something that happened in this previous year in 2021, or this could be things that went on in your love life years before, but we're just going to look at it because it's definitely going to kind of taint and color how you're going to be approaching your love life in this upcoming year based on what's gone on in the past. So you had 4 cards come out. I was taking 3 cards for this. Group 3 had 4 cards come out as well. So that might be an indication that that's a reading for you to check out. But either way, let's just jump in and see what you've got. Okay, we have the 6 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Swords. Okay, all elements out on the table. We have Wands, Pentacles, Swords. I guess we don't have any Cups out. Okay. I was looking at all this water energy here and thinking Cups. So I feel like there is something here. There is something present here in the Cups world. So that's just interesting. That's interesting that I even said that. I wonder if that has something to do with your past, because I'm seeing the emotion there, I'm seeing the cups there, and they're not. So that might be interesting to note as I look into this more, and just the fact that I was picking up on the water that's like in the background of this card here. Okay, so you guys, I'm getting like an odd energy coming through from these cards for your past love life. And the first thing that I want to point out is there is a lot of like this feeling of success. So maybe this means that you've had a lot of success in your love life. This could also mean that you've had success with somebody that you work with, being involved with them romantically. But then on the flip side, I'm sort of getting a feeling that you have been pouring a lot of energy into creating success in the world and maybe ignoring the emotion. And that's why I thought it was really interesting that I just said everything's, all the signs are out on the table, all the elements out, and they're not. And I think that is sort of a signal that there's a lack of emotion here for you. So it was really just calling my attention to the fact that the cups are not present, which wouldn't be weird at all. Like, I don't know in the other readings if there were cups, but in this case, my attention is being called to the fact that the cups are not here. So your love life might be something that you have been neglecting in the past, and moving into 2022, maybe that's something that's changing for you. I do see you having a lot of success and getting a lot of recognition, but then after that, I see you here with the Swords energy that is really not emotional energy at all. This is very like right to the point, very straightforward, very logical energy coming through. And I just see you being very logical when it comes to love. Like, if it doesn't make any sense to you, then you're not participating in it. So really interesting energy coming through here. Now, another way to interpret this is that you have been getting a lot of recognition, meaning you've been catching a lot of people's eye leading up to 2022. So maybe you felt like you had a lot of options. The Six of Wands can talk about just a lot of success and recognition. This could have come in your career, but it also could just be you really kind of getting recognition from people that you might be romantically interested in, or maybe people you are not romantically interested in. That could be why there's a lack of emotion here. So it's not like there's a lack of prospects, but maybe none of them seemed interesting enough to you. None of them made sense to you. With this Swords energy, it may be like they wanted to talk to you, but it didn't make any sense to you. This is so interesting, you guys. Okay, with the Five of Swords kind of closing this out, I am getting a feeling that you might not be too trusting when it comes to love. So it just is giving me this vibe of like not knowing who to trust, and really kind of keeping your heart safe a bit when it comes to romantic relationships. Definitely, the Five of Swords always gives me this feeling of like winning at all costs type of thing. Like, you did win the battle, but like at what cost? And are you happy with what you came out with? So maybe you were kind of focusing a lot on your professional life or on your schooling or something like that, and you thought that that was the best thing to do. And now approaching this next year, you're thinking, you know, should I have poured so much into that at the expense of having a social life or meeting someone or making that connection? Should I have? This is really interesting though. this could go so many different ways with this Three of Pentacles. This could be a connection that you had with somebody that you worked with, somebody that you collaborate well with. So if this is a connection like that was going well for you, then I really see a lot of good stuff out here. I see somebody who you're able to work with, who you're able to communicate with, who you're able to share ideas with, who you feel victorious with, like you feel like something's going right. And then we finish up with this Five of Swords energy that's really like a distrusting kind of vibe. So there is definitely an element of you not wanting to open up, or you not trusting it. Maybe you just don't trust love in general headed into this year. But based on what we have so far with your channeled message, I think that might be changing for you. I can't say for sure because we have not looked at all of your cards yet. We haven't pulled any tarot for the upcoming year, but this does kind of give me an idea of where you're coming from. You might not be coming from a place that's very focused on love. And that's going to be interesting to find out. I'm going to set those aside. We'll come back to them. But I want to pull your love story oracle cards to see what is in your future for 2022. So all of that is something that happened before, and what is headed your way. You have forgiveness, number 25. Okay. This is starting to make sense. Communication, number 2. Let's see if that will focus. And true love, number 3. Okay, so for a lot of you, this really can be a past relationship that is going to be rekindled in 2022. You were finishing up with this Five of Swords energy, this distrusting energy, this feeling of kind of like watching your back, looking over your shoulder, noticing what you had lost. And then your cards crowning your reading for this upcoming year: forgiveness, communication, and true love. So this really might be you noticing that this was a real, true, and important love that was in your life in the past, and there's a lot of forgiveness happening on your part. You know that this person feels like home to you. You might have to, with this image that you picked, this might be something where you have to travel to them or they have to travel to you. You might not be close together anymore, but there's definite communication coming through for you. So whether this is a past relationship or not, there's communication coming through from somebody to you. Okay, you guys, this is so much. These readings have been so intense. I never expect to get this much, or to just see this, so many things. So I'm always curious to hear from you, to see how this plays in, how this is playing out in your life. So the Five of Pentacles just flew out. Another 5. So we had the Five of Swords, another 5. Fives talk a lot about change. So there might be a lot of changes headed your way in your love life for this next year. The Five of Pentacles gives you kind of a vibe of being left, feeling lonely, feeling like you're all alone. And that coming out first, and I don't know, just right next to the forgiveness card. So there's something that's going to be forgiven. I really feel like a lot of you are coming back together with a past love in 2022. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, some of you were definitely ghosted by somebody and you don't know what happened. And this was like, I feel like this was somebody that you thought was like a divine partner, a twin flame, a soulmate type of connection, true love coming through. So yeah, like someone you thought was your true love and they left you. This feels like home to me, as your channeled message, really to me is like definite soulmate, twin flame energy. And I think communication stalled for you. They just disappeared. So communication out here on the board for you. I love this because I think this is like you're going to be hearing from somebody. Temperance. For some reason, this reading is kind of shaping up as like these cards are definitely clarifying each card individually so far. So I think a little patience for communication. This is probably already patience that you have been exercising. I think you might have been waiting to hear from this person for a while. Okay, the Three of Wands coming out. Okay. Okay, you guys. For a lot of you, this is a something at a distance, because the Three of Wands can talk a lot about a relationship at a distance. Like, you know, she's looking out over these waters. So this could be like somebody who's in a different country or across the country, looking out into the distance at something, waiting for something to come in, maybe waiting for that communication to come in. And we also had this globe image that really suggests like a distance or a travel in some way. So for a lot of you, this could be a long distance relationship and somebody that you stopped hearing from. So definitely 2022 is the year that you're going to hear from this person. This is so exciting. I think this is like a lot of you rekindling with definite like divine partner. There's so much energy of just divine partnership, so much love, something so tender coming through with this forgiveness card. It's making me want to cry. I think you are going to reconnect with this person in 2022, and it's going to be so sweet, and you're going to feel like you're finally home. And the best part about this is with this Five of Pentacles energy, I just think that's going to be so healing for you, because this person definitely left you. You felt left, abandoned in this connection in the past. Wow. Okay. I'm trying to look at this from different angles because I know not every one of you is going to be reconnecting with somebody, but that's just coming through so strong that I can't ignore it. The Temperance card also talks about two people merging together, so like energies merging together. So that coming out to clarify communication, definitely communication is coming through. If it's not a past connection, then this is like someone new coming into your life and expressing their love for you. I do think this is like a lot. Someone is going to tell you how they feel. You're going to tell someone how you feel, and the two of you are going to come together. I really wasn't trying to make these readings so specific, like about exactly what was going to happen in your love life. I wanted to give you kind of like a general, like how to navigate it. But this reading is just so like, you're meeting this year, you're meeting like your soulmate, like your soul partner, your life partner. And if you have to travel to do it, you're going to do it. If you have to make plans to do it, that's what the two of you are going to be doing. And if this is a past thing, this was something that like messed you up. This was something that caused you a lot of heartbreak and just left you feeling so alone and brokenhearted. And like, what better way to fix that than to come together with the person? Here you are alone, just in agony without them. Like, that's what's coming through this card, just in agony without them. And then when you're finally able to wrap your arms around them, oh my gosh, I just think your whole life is going to light up. So this could also be just like a long distance relationship where you're growing so close to somebody, but you're not able to see them, and you're communicating like through email, text message, talking on the phone, and the two of you are just getting so close. Your energies are melding together. And then during this year with this Three of Wands, this could be finally making plans to go see that person, because maybe you have never met them before, or maybe you haven't seen them in a really long time. I'm getting like I feel like I'm going to cry because this feels like a reunion. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just got it. This is a reunion, no matter what. Like, if this is someone you were with before, this is you reuniting with them this year. And if it's not, this is you coming into union with someone who feels like home. Like, it's going to feel like a reunion to you, even if you've never met them, because this person is your soulmate. And I think you will travel, or they will travel to see you if that's what it takes. Wow, you guys. You're definitely looking toward the future in 2022. You're looking toward moving forward, and your love life might have felt a bit stagnant, especially if you lost communication and you were feeling like you were alone during this last year or last couple of years. Now you have something to look forward to, and yeah, communication coming in. I really would love to kind of know when for you. So I'm just looking through. You have two, these are both threes here. True love and the Three of Wands was clarifying true love, and this is number 3. So the number 3 might be significant to you. You might see repeating threes, 3, 3, 3. Wow, you guys, I'm stunned. I'm stunned. A lot of like Temperance reducing down to a 5, the 5 of Pentacles, you had the 5 of Swords. So lots of change. Something is going to be changing a lot in your life, in your love life during 2022. Lots of change. Like wherever this relationship or this connection stood before, even if it's that it didn't even exist before, it's going to, that's changing. That is changing. And I think you're going to be coming together with somebody, whether for the first time or reconnecting with somebody, or kind of reconnecting with somebody who you know but have not been seeing in person. If you've been thinking about getting into online dating and you like have nothing going on, like this scenario does not sound like you at all, you don't know what I'm talking about, I think that's what it's telling you, because you're going to meet somebody online in this next year that is going to really be like this feels like home to me type of energy. Like you're connecting with I want to say twin flame. I hate saying twin flame because I know that there's a lot of negative connotations associated with that. But like, this is something strong. This is like reconnecting with someone that you knew in a past life. Like the two of you came here together and you have been separated for one reason or another until this year. So, wow. Wow. I have your advice cards. 2 little like somethings. I don't know what it is. It might be advice. It might just be little nuggets, just something for you to keep on your mind. But we'll just see what it is and see how it plays in to all of this. Because this is a lot. Free yourself. Feel like that's got to go over here by the 5 of Pentacles. And oh, I can't pick it up. Express yourself. Definitely with this communication. So I do think this is a connection that you're going to want to express, you're going to want to communicate. I think that the two of you do. Like if this is someone you know and you've already explored this connection, the two of you do communicate, you express yourselves, you make your feelings known. And certainly during 2022, feelings are going to be made known. This communication is going to come in, and the two of you are going to merge energies here in a way you never have. So like that could mean because you've never met each other before, so it's never happened, or you've always been at a distance and you've never been able to do this. Like you've never been able to embrace like that. This is so beautiful, you guys. Get ready for some travel, because for a lot of you that is definitely in the cards. Either you traveling to somebody or them traveling to you, but there's going to be travel involved. There's going to be plans made here, because I do think there's something about distance going on here. And this could be really fun for you. If you're not traveling, then like you're meeting somebody online that is from a different place. So either way, the idea of travel is going to be entering your mind, because you're going to be thinking like, am I going to go to see them? Are they going to come and see me? How am I going to get there? And when are we going to see each other? But definitely 2022 is going to bring you a connection that feels like you are finally at home. Like you finally found where you belong. And yeah, I think it's pretty intense. Pretty intense. Again, the number 3, the number 5 jumping out. So we could be looking at March, May, for some of this to kick off. I think you're going to be seeing signs, because I'm definitely getting that like repeating number signs. 33, 333, I think are definitely going to be numbers important to you. Watch out for that. Even if you haven't come in contact with this connection yet, when you start seeing these repeating numbers, it's going to be confirmation that like it's in the works. Like the universe is doing her thing, and all of this is falling into place for you. This is going to be a beautiful connection. This is going to be a great little sweet treat for you in this next year. And I think this is going to be something you can definitely trust. If you were not focused on love, because in some cases, I think maybe you had to pour your energy into other things, like we were talking about in these past cards. Like you may have poured your energy into your work because something fell apart here, something fell through, and you didn't know what else to do, because it's like you've already met the person and you're not going to waste your time with somebody else. You didn't know how else to occupy your time but to pour yourself into your work, and you did a great job. Like you've been really successful in receiving a lot of recognition for the work that you have been doing, or just making personal leaps and bounds because you were pouring your energy into something else, because the communication fell through with this. But it's coming back. It's definitely coming back. Be ready for a text message, a call, an email. Probably not like a handwritten letter, but hey, wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't that be wonderful? Do people do that anymore? You never know, because this is pretty magical. So you might be on the lookout for something like that. I think if you have been really closed off to love because something fell through, it's definitely coming back. I think you were kind of reluctant and closed off with the Swords energy, very logical energy, very not emotional energy, and very distrusting energy with this 5 of Swords. But I think that's going to end for you, and you're going to be able to trust again and love again. Just let this all wash away with this. Free yourself. Let it resolve. Forgive and just embrace. Like, just be ready to explore this beautiful thing that's coming, because it really is. You have the true love come out. It really is true love, and don't be hesitant to express yourself. I feel like you're not, though. I feel like the communication is strong between the two of you, whether you know this person or not. When you meet this person, the communication is going to be strong. Express yourself. Let them know how you feel. Let them know that being with them feels like you have made your way home. And don't leave anything left unsaid, because communication is really important in this connection, and you don't want to be kind of left in this 5 of Pentacles energy with regrets about what you didn't say. So definitely let your feelings be known so that this can all unfold. Okay, you guys, I think that's all I have. This was a really exciting reading. I loved doing it. If you do want to pair these messages with your general 2022 messages, then I will leave the link to that video in the description box, and you'll be able to kind of see what's going on in your life as a whole, and then tie this romantic thing into it. And that, I think, will be a lot of fun, give you a lot of clarity. If you liked this video, if any part of it resonated, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and consider subscribing if you feel like doing that. And I will see you in your next reading, Group 4. Bye.